Imagine waking up in a world where your fate is decided at birth. Kings rule by divine power. Castles touch the sky. Plagues erase entire cities. And one mistake can cost your life. This is not a fantasy movie. This was the Middle Ages.
For over 1,000 years, humanity lived in an age of iron swords, stone castles, holy wars, deadly plagues, and unbreakable social rules. We call it the Middle Ages. Some call it the Dark Ages. But was it really dark, or just misunderstood? Tonight, you're not just learning history, you're entering it. The Middle Ages didn't begin with a celebration. They began with a collapse. In the year 476 AD, the mighty Roman Empire fell. Roads cracked, cities emptied, trade vanished, law and order collapsed. Europe shattered into small kingdoms, each fighting to survive. Without Rome, the world became local, violent, and uncertain. This moment marked the start of the early Middle Ages. In medieval Europe, freedom was rare. Society followed a strict system called feudalism. At the top stood the king, believed to rule by God's will. Below him were lords, who owned land. Below them were knights, sworn warriors. And at the bottom, peasants and serfs, nearly 90% of the population. If you were born poor, you died poor. Most people never traveled more than 10 miles from where they were born. Life was simple and brutal. Castles weren't fairy tale homes. They were machines of war, built from stone, surrounded by moats, filled with traps, towers, and arrow slits. Castles symbolized control. If you controlled a castle, you controlled the land. Inside these walls, medieval politics, betrayal, and survival played out every day. Knights are often romanticized. Shining armor, noble values, brave warriors. Reality was different. Knights trained from childhood to kill efficiently. They followed a code called chivalry, honor, loyalty, and courage. But in war, mercy was rare. Battles were chaotic, bloody, and terrifying. One swing of a sword could end everything. In the Middle Ages, religion ruled everything. The Catholic Church was more powerful than kings. It controlled education, morality, science, marriage, death. People believed God watched every move. Hell was real. Heaven was the goal. Disobey the church, and you risked excommunication, social death. In 1095, the Pope made a promise. Fight for God, and your sins would be forgiven. Thus began the Crusades. Millions marched across continents to reclaim holy lands. Faith turned into violence. Belief turned into bloodshed. Cities burned. Cultures clashed. History changed forever. Life for common people was harsh. Food was basic. Bread, gruel, vegetables. Meat was rare. Homes were cold. Sanitation was almost non-existent. Disease spread easily. Average life expectancy, around 35 years. Yet people laughed, loved, celebrated festivals. Even in darkness, humanity survived. Then came the nightmare. In 1347, ships arrived carrying something unseen. The Black Death, a plague that killed 1/3 of Europe. Symptoms were horrifying. Fever, black boils, death in days. Entire villages disappeared. Doctors were helpless. Prayers failed. The world had never seen death on this scale. Out of tragedy came change. Labor became valuable. Peasants demanded rights. Trade slowly returned. Universities formed. Knowledge spread. People began questioning old beliefs. The Middle Ages were ending. A new era was coming. By the 1400s, Europe was transforming. Art returned. Science awakened. Human thinking expanded. The Renaissance was born. The medieval world, with all its brutality, faith, fear, and survival, had shaped modern civilization. The Middle Ages were an age of struggle, belief, and survival. People lived without certainty, without safety, yet they built cathedrals that still stand today. They endured, and because of them, we exist. If this journey through time fascinated you, like the video to support historical storytelling. Subscribe for more epic history documentaries. Comment below. Which medieval topic should we explore next? Vikings, knights, or the Black Death? History is not dead. It's waiting to be told.